What's up? I am Some Guy, Some Game, and here we are again at Stationeers. I'm going to try to go ahead and continue on with my starter survival series here. I wanted to go ahead and start off by talking about oxygen and food. First of all, yeah, food goes, you're going to have to either turn it down when you first get started, which is an option is in your menu, or you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're probably going to starve to death. It's pretty brutal at the start. I don't recommend it for beginners, but if you build everything as quick as you possibly can, everything I'm going to show you here with the base and everything, you may have a chance at getting it grown if you leave it on full. One, I think it's one, and then it goes below one at 0.9, 0.8, 0.7. I typically, especially for starters, would recommend at least below 0.5. 0.5 or below would probably work, I guess. So, and you should have enough time to build this base and not starve to death. Right now it's the main difficulty in the game. Hopefully they're going to add more survival stuff here soon. It should be coming shortly, but either way, right now that's going to be your main difficulty adjustment. So for new people, I don't recommend leaving that all the way up on high. So, but I'm going to go ahead and show you here the next main thing you're going to want to worry about is oxygen. And they start you out with a tank of it right here. It's this big thing. So I'm going to show you how to hook this up. That way, hopefully you don't run out of oxygen and suffocate before you get this hooked up, I guess. So let's get this going. You don't need a steel frame to put this down. It's probably best to put it in your base somewhere, but for now I'm going to show you what to do with it. So you're going to need, I guess I could have, it's a tank fill is what this says, but it's called a gas tank storage. And let me look at this one over here. It is a tank connector, and you can print both of these from the hydraulic pipe bender. So find them there, print them out, and then all you're going to need is a little bit of pipe. Let's come over here, connect this up. Probably just put a corner on it. Well, that's a three-way corner. Doesn't matter for this demonstration, but you probably wouldn't want to put that there unless you're going to add more piping off to the side. But all you got to do is flip this thing around and pop it on there. And then we're going to take the tank, put that right here. Let's drop it. Get it to stay. Hopefully it'll stay. Get out your wrench and then wrench it down. And what it's going to do is fill into this and then come out into here. So let's take a look at my oxygen. If you can look in the bottom left corner there, I got 2617. Let's shove that in here for a second and see what happens. This should be filling the tank up with oxygen. You can see the pressure dropping right here. And it's going to go into the pipes and come up into that. So it should stop once I pull the tank out, but we can let it go for a second. Alright, let's pop it back in. Now, if you can look, I almost doubled my amount of oxygen in there, so it's really that simple, and this meter should stop now. Yep, so that's it. It's that simple. Just put a little pipe coming off up into your fill tank here, and then put your tank in, and it's going to fill it for you. And if you want to be extra secure and make sure you're not leaking air or anything like that, you can always just do that when you're done with it. That way, you know it's not going to be leaking anything out on you. So let's move on here. I'm going to try to keep this one kind of short. I'm mostly going to be just showing you what I've done, so that way you can come up with your own ideas or do what I did, however you want to do it. So let's head up into here. I haven't done much with the actual greenhouse yet. Just put in some more of the plates here so you can see where the windows are going to be. This right here is going to be the main growing area. So you're going to get maximum sunlight here and somewhere over in this area, and then some of this is just going to be for, you know, extra space. You're going to want some for storage, but this is going to be the main greenhouse part of the base, so you can grow your crops and stay alive. Should easily handle at least 2 people, keeping them alive. So, and then coming over here, we got our manufacturing area. Right now I don't have all the machines up here, but I do have everything spread out where their machines are going to be. Right here you can see where the wiring is going to be. This is going to go into the wall, come down. Let me go grab one real quick so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about with that. But this concept is pretty easy. It's there's enough room over here for all 3 of these machines, and all your stuff's going to go flying there if you do it the way I just did it, but that's fine. Let's head back up here. and you can see the yellow there. It's in place. So we got goods coming out here. They're going to fall into this intake, which runs down to here and out to an outtake pipe right there, and it's going to drop everything below me on the ground so you can grab it from outside the base. This is all going to be sealed off inside the base, the area where I'm standing now. So, and we're going to have controls outside so you can turn your machines off and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. But then there's going to be one here and one right here, and this is going to let you, you know, start your printing, head outside, keep building, come over here, grab stuff, and keep doing it. You know, instead of having to stand right here in the base, wait on everything to print out, grab it, and then go out and start your stuff. You can go ahead and start the printing, head out, do what you want to do, and then come back and grab all your resources. I'll show you down there, though, in just a second. But I wanted to make sure I showed you this area and how I have it set up. It's the same way right here. This is going to be the intake for the machines. Make sure you're leaving a gap between them, because if you don't, it won't work correctly. It's going to shoot that out, and it's going to go into the intake right there from here, and then the output is going to come out here, fall in here. And make sure you have these underneath, just like I have it, so when the stuff falls out, it's going to go into it. If you try to push it right up against it, say if I face this opening towards that door, it's not going to work. It's just the way they got it set up, it doesn't work. So this is the best way to do it right here. Don't worry about the frames. They don't block it. It works just fine with the frames there. And I'm going to be able to close all of this off, so you won't be able to see behind any of this when it's done. And it's going to make it nice and easy for you. And there'll be 3 of them here. I'm going to have the hydraulic pipe bender, the electronics printer, and the auto lathe all lined up right through here. So it should look nice when it's all done. And then this, I'm going to show you this in just a second, what that's going to do. But, alright, let's move on out here to my new furnace area, which I talked about, but I didn't really get to show you much of. So this is the setup I got here. Again, looks a little bit confusing, but it's really not too bad. If you follow the pipes here, this is the intake for the furnace. It's going to come up and it's going to drop the stuff in right here. And then when you open your stuff, it's going to pop out here and it's going to come out right here for you. So it's really nice and simple. You don't have to do any jumping, and you can still do it if you want. If you enjoy doing the jump dunk, go right ahead. But this way is going to let me just walk over here, drop what I want to drop. It's going to go in here, come in, and then when I'm done, it's going to pop out and come out right here. So, and I'm going to be able to seal all of this off too, just like the manufacturing area I showed you, so you won't be able to see any of this. Always be mindful of your connections, though. That's my best tip I can give you right now, is if you block stuff like this, you're going to have to come back later and mess with it. So try to leave it open. Right now I don't got this hooked up to my system, and I'll get it eventually, but I'll be able to run the pipes here up and around and through and into my system so I can have that all connected up. So this right here is going to be, let me see, I should have one. Yep. This is going to be once you're done with your ores and you got them all printed off, rather than have to fill your backpack or do everything else, you can just kind of come over here and toss it in like that, and then it's going to go ahead and come down. You can see it running along the catwalk here, and then it goes underneath there, comes up right here, and it comes out right up there. So, and then you can't see it real well if at all, but I'll go up there and show you. But yeah, it should have popped right out and should be sitting on the floor right here right now. So that way when you head back into your base, all you got to do is walk over here, grab all your stuff, throw it in your machines, and you're good to go. And this is without the sun in my eyes. Let me come over this way. This is the resource pit area. This is going to be where all your stuff's going to print out and fall. It should land somewhere about right here, I think. I've dropped stuff in it and tested it, so hopefully that's going to work out. But if you can see, I got 3 of those down through here. It's just one for each machine. It's a pretty simple concept. So I wanted to make sure I showed you how I did it and how it's been done here. If you have any questions on it, let me know, but honestly it's pretty simple. Mess around with it a little bit. That's how I usually get my stuff right, is I have an idea, I check it out, see if I can do it, and then tweak it as I go. That way, you know, I had the idea for this, I just went ahead and put one up there and then went ahead and connected the pipes and seen how it all worked out, and this is what it ended up looking like. And well, not ended up, it's going to be a little nicer when I'm done, but you get the point. So tweak stuff, don't be afraid to try stuff new. You know, tweak it out, get it working right. That's how you do it. You know, everything over here, I rearranged these pipes a few times to get them all the way I wanted them, so it takes a little bit of messing around, but this way I got it set up right here, works really good. I've tested everything. It drops in, it comes out, and you drop stuff here, it goes out up there. I'll go ahead and show you that in a second. But then this area, you know, I kind of like the little bit of a gap here for a view. But, you know, depending on where you build your base, this is going to look a little different underneath here. You might not have a big hole down there to have your view, I guess. But alright, I'm almost done with this video. I'm going to go ahead and keep working on the base here. I want to get more of the stuff finished out. I got a lot of wiring to do back here. I'm going to have to run some pipes up and into here. And I got to come in here and get some of this finished up too. But this is pretty much done. Oh, there's our copper. So all you got to do now is drop that in, and it's going to shoot into the machine if the machine was there. Of course, the machine's not, so it went way down there. But hopefully you get the point. Alright, any questions? Let me know. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, and I will catch you here soon on the next video.